Right. Excuse the chamming like an old cow. Oh, just had a granola bar. It was really nice, but bloody hell. Anyway, we're back in the 322, the old green one, Claude. And today we're going to carry on looking at why it's prattling about, basically. So it's come down to the time for this. My GAP IID tool. The holy grail thing for anybody that's got an L322 or lots of other Land Rover products, actually, but there we are. This is going to, obviously it's a ODB2 port plug-in diagnostic and programming tool. Get it out, Mark. We'll shove it in this one. Have a quick read, see what codes this comes up with. My iCar Soft generic car diagnostic thing, it's alright actually. It's done us really well over the years, but I'm not 100% whether it reads everything on this. Primarily because this is a real hodgepodge of all sorts of bits and bobs out the BMW bin, isn't it, in here? In fact, people actually use the, I can't remember which model it is now. E53, I think. Or it might be an E59, E53. Anyway, they use the X5 section of Carly on this, and they use that for programming and all sorts. So there's a chip. If you've got a pre-2005 L322, either diesel or petrol, don't matter, Carly works in it. If you program it as an early, like phase 1 X5, it'll read it and do stuff for you. However, that's not what I'm at. I am at the GAP IID tool, which I bought for this and our other Range Rover. Let's shove it in and see, because if it's going to start needing programming, it means I've got to add a VIN, because when you buy the tool, it comes with one VIN. It's VIN locked. And if you want an additional VIN, you can have up to 10. If you want an additional one, it's another 80 quid, which is a bit harsh, but I suppose that everybody's got to make a living, haven't they? Anyway, I'm waffling. Let's get this thing plugged in. Yeah, it's been a problem since we've had this. It's always been stuck in transportation mode. So now, when I open and shut the doors, the interior lights work. Never done that. And Lisa will stand, she's not with me at the moment, she's in the office, but she'd remember all the other things, so many things that didn't work. What I've also done was, I can't remember. I'll have spoken through it, so I've done it anyway. Something like that. Anyway, so the thing to do now is put that drinks holder away. Let's go for a ride up the track. Everything's plugged in at the moment, mass airflow and everything. And as you saw in the last shot of the screen grab, I've got two outstanding faults. One is the instrument pack, where there's a fault from the ABS module. It's telling it doesn't flag anything up on here, but there's a fault between them two, and the stepper motor on the heater. So that's the only two recorded faults now for sure. So if I was to put the iCar Soft back on here, I'd probably give it a clean bill of health. Anyway, let's give it a run up the track and see what happens. Always looking at ways to try to make these videos a bit better. Can't hire anybody decent, so you have to put up with me. I've heavily invested in £8 worth of plastic. It's the second eBay purchase of the week, actually. This is shocking. What I've gone and bought is a suction cup mount for the GoPro. So when I'm doing the driving shots, it's not a phone wedged on the dashboard, bouncing around, falling over, or me trying to hold on to it. It's actually sat where it should be. Hopefully it'll help and make things a bit more entertaining. And I'm just wondering, hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm just wondering why that cow's decided to wear a ghillie. Like a sniper cow or something. Anyway, let's give it a whirl. We've reset loads of faults, we've done bits and bobs. Before, I haven't spent a penny yet. I have not. Well, I have, obviously I bought the machine in the first place. I've not spent a penny towards the adding the VIN to the GAP, so let's see if I've done any useful stuff so far. Well, the steering's still heavier than the other one, and that was allegedly part of the BCM fault, but I do know that this has like a steering booster built into the steering rack. Not a bad job to change. Not that expensive, 35 quid I think, because the steering in here is it's a bit heavy. There's a dog racing around. He wants to attack you as you drive out. You probably saw it in the last video. The other one, don't give him monkeys, he'll stay now back in the farmyard watching the world go by. This one has to bark, he bites the car. Honestly, farm dogs are on their own. Right. Well, that wasn't good, was it? Jesus. I got all the way to the bottom and spin round. Normally I turn around at the top here, but it's quite a hill here, so it does make it work out a bit. I mean, I pulled 30 mile an hour there, but it did some weird tackle with the gearbox. 14 volts though. Yeah, I might have been a bit premature with my... I'm not paying the 80 quid. I think I might have to. Alright, back up we go. Going up here was where it used to struggle. See, it rev out in first, drop into second. This is dire, isn't it? Honestly, we got Ford 6610 here, 1984 it is. I reckon I'll probably get up this track quicker. I'm going to have to unplug the mass airflow and see if that makes a difference, because it's plugged in at the moment. I'm just trying to see if I can get it to run correctly without faults, but there's no smoke, there's no black smoke coming out, so today I'm not choking a collie to death. But oof, that's slow. My voltage meter's gone now anyway, so if that's a good thing, I don't know. Right, let's get down here. I need to just grab a tool just to unclip this. I might be able to do it with my hands. Unclip this mass airflow meter again. I want to see if I can replicate the fault yesterday that gave us the diesel knock and see if it makes any more readings for it. Right, back in a minute for part two. Okay, that's us back. We've now unplugged the mass airflow meter. Let's do another run and see what comes out this time. Started. So what I'm going to try and do now is see if I can get that to get up into third gear as soon as it does. Before it was dropping into sort of like a limp mode, it'd die, and then you get all this diesel knock. I'll have to do it from the bottom of the track because the dogs are just being idiots. there. Hopefully this won't affect the recording too much. I haven't put the wind buffer on the mic, so bloody warm today. So he's got bored now, he's stopped chasing us. But as soon as if I try and accelerate 1 iota, he's straight back on it, chasing. Like that, it spins round. About 18 months old. The other dog's about 9 years old, he's a bit more sensible. Anyway. Yeah, see, that's a lot more lively. Good thought though, if you're going to fit a GoPro on your near side window, don't put it in front of the mirror. Like that now. Go! Right. That's just kept going, but again, I ain't turning around. Use the road to get myself some launch. Let's go. Bit of traction control there. I was sailing past 40 mile an hour, which for this whole thing is bloody good. I mean, you can't really appreciate it from there, I don't think, but that's quite a hill. Oh, postman. That's quite a hill coming up there. It makes most things grunt a little, but yeah. Well, this is turning out to be rather inconclusive. Yeah, also, there was no smoke, so I haven't left 2 ton of bloody carbon monoxide down there this time. Yeah. Let's go back, plug her in, have a look and see what she says. Something's gonna miss, isn't it? Interesting as well, when I pull up, see if it's knocking, because it doesn't sound like it is. And that little vacuum hose I done yesterday, it's taken a huge amount of noise away from it. And you could actually hear it sucking before. And now all you can hear is the turbo whistle, which is, well, obviously a shed load of engine rattle, but yeah, just the turbo whistle. It's quite pleasant. So, no, we haven't got any knock. Let's go back to the diagnostics. Back home again. I did record a video on the way home because we've brought the Claude home with us today, just give him an extended road test. And after some enthusiastic driving, I actually triggered the fault with it again. So we pulled over. I recorded a video which had no sound on it whatsoever, so that was quite clever. And we did code read on it and then reset it because I brought home the GAP tool with me. I don't know if it comes out on this video, but I'm dying. I've got this like lurgy thing I've caught from someone.
Well, I can't help it. I did say it wasn't nice.
We're all... Oh, pity cough. Anyway, so we've come back. We've done a code read on it, checked out diagnostics, looked into a few bits and bobs, and it turns out it's probably, there's no definite, probably the internal fuel tank pump. Internal fuel tank pump. The tank internal, the fuel pump that's inside the tank. So it's a bit of a bugger of a job. You have to take bits from the inside out to get to it through the floor, but that's got to be better than getting underneath it. And the pump itself's about 60 quid. I actually done one not long ago on the Disco 2.
Yeah.
That was a doddle, and this isn't a doddle, but
We've done one on the Disco 3 as well.
Yeah, the Disco 3 one was not funny at all because I had to take the whole tank off for that.
Yeah.
That
was a whole thing, that.
Yeah, that's huge. It's like a bloody coffin. It's massive. But yeah, anyway, off topic. So we're back on that now. So next job with that will be probably take the old pump out before I order a new one. Make sure it isn't sludged up or covered in crap on the bottom, because there is like an intrinsic filter on them. And when I've done the one on Discovery, I think the pump was okay. It was just struggling to get the crap.
I think it was the filter, wasn't it, more than the pump?
Yeah. So we'll have a look at that. But otherwise, he's going well, hasn't he?
Well, yeah.
As well as he can.
He's got up and down on the steering wheel now.
Yeah. That was the reach and rake adjustment never worked on the steering wheel, and I'd kind of given up with it. Then Lisa was driving it yesterday when we were choking the dogs to death, and she got it going so the up and down would work, but not the in and out. God. And then today the in and out's working, so it does fully work.
Well, for now. Like, I don't know if it's...
No, that's fixed.
Oh, right. Okay.
I've seen it work once, it's fixed.
Yeah, that's fixed now. Moving on.
Swiftly. Other things that I haven't managed to get the remote central locking working yet. The power steering is still a bit heavy, but I think that might be that, I can't even remember what it's called. It's just like a little bolt-on sensor pump thing. I don't know what I'm on about. But anyway, yeah. Next, in part 3, will be the L322 TD6 fuel tank internal pump. See you then. Bye from me.
Bye from me.
Ta-ra.